This episode of Twin Speaks contains spoilers.
Hello and welcome to Twin Speaks First Watch, First Listen of Paddleton, starring Ray Romano and Mark Duplass, directed by Alex Lehman, and written by Mark Duplass and Alex Lehman. I am your co-host, Pat. You can find me on Twitter at KidCombo_, and I am, of course, joined by my twin brother and co-host. You can find him on social media at Animonium. It's Andrew.
Your Twitch handle could be XXKidCombo69XX.
420.
But the X's are two different font sizes.
Big
Capital X.
Big X. Yeah. So last week we watched High Flying Birds and talked about the Oscars. This week we watched Paddleton.
Yep.
Next week, who knows?
The moon. Oh yeah, right.
Okay, we'll do some news to start, unless you got some more preamble.
I kind of saved that moon for like 4 episodes. So. I blew it.
Did you hear? After what's felt like, I guess. Okay, this is like our big piece of
What?
news.
What the hell was that? After
After what's felt like years of anticipation, Dark Phoenix has finally received its first trailer.
Is it the first trailer? No, I thought that was the second.
What? No, this is the first one.
Oh, the first one came out like ages ago.
No, it didn't. This is the first one.
No.
I'm looking it up. Dark Phoenix trailer. I'm sure everybody wants to know that I'm...
It said definitely 5 months ago. I'm looking at it right now. Dark Phoenix teaser trailer 5 months ago. Suck a dick.
Okay,
That's weird that guy just yelled that.
What?
Just some stranger walking by telling you to suck his dick? That's weird.
Okay, the second trailer. Or third. I don't even know.
Second.
But it's finally gotten another trailer. How about that?
You could said a number of things, but just know you were wrong.
It's coming out this summer.
Yeah,
I think it's in June, tentatively. Mm-hmm. And it finished filming October 2017.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Like, it's been in the works for almost 2 years now.
Well, probably more than that. It's been probably more than
that. Yeah. What, did you watch the trailer? What did you think of it?
You were in the room when I watched it.
You just watched it now?
Yeah, that's what I was just watching. You were like, what's the other thing we gotta talk about? Oh, and then the quote came out and you're like, oh, right. Did you just think that magically occurred, like, in your head? You're like, why did you make me do that? Oh, that's right, subconscious.
Okay.
But yes.
Anyway.
Spoiler.
It looks okay. Like, it doesn't look that great.
It spoils like a huge...
Yeah, like...
person.
A pretty major character.
Dies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's funny is Mystique in it has like...
She looks different.
Almost no makeup on.
What?
Like the way that they've done it sort of in the past, and then her makeup in this one, it's like they've just colored her blue and put a wig on her and then put some like stuff on her face. Whereas like in the past, they've really like done a lot of stuff.
I thought they actually looked better this time.
It's a lot lower like level of makeup. I looked at comparison. This isn't just me going,
Disagree.
I don't
think
based on my
so.
memory from like years ago when I watched the other one.
We just tested what your memory was like.
I'm moving on. You're all over me. Warner Brothers is developing a sequel to the summer 2014 hit. I don't know why I wrote that down.
Is it 2014?
Yeah, summer 2014. Edge of Tomorrow.
Oh, yeah, I saw this.
Yeah, you didn't let me finish.
Sorry. I love the quote from Doug Lineman.
Oh, what was it?
He was like, we're going to revolutionize what sequels are. Sequels are prequels. Prequels are sequels, or something like that. And I'm like, you're Edge of Tomorrowing Edge of Tomorrow.
Well, did you see what it's called? What the title of it is?
No. Can I guess?
Yeah, go ahead.
Today never dies. No, wait. Today ends tomorrow.
You're not that far off.
Oh.
Yeah, it's live, die, repeat, repeat.
Live,
Isn't that
what
die,
the original was
repeat,
called
repeat.
too?
No, I don't know.
The original Edge of Tomorrow was called Live, Die, Repeat.
Okay, so this one's live, die, repeat, and repeat.
Yeah, really like he's really changing the world.
Did you see the guy? So Matthew Robinson is being brought on to write the script, Matthew Robinson wrote The Invention of Lying and Monster Truck. Do you remember
the movie Monster Truck?
Yeah, remember that one where it's like the truck comes alive and then the guy has like a relationship with the truck.
Yeah, and then he screws the truck.
Yeah.
No, wait, that's a different
Puts his wiener
movie.
in the
Yeah, he
tailpipe.
puts the wiener in the tailpipe. As most people would to a monster truck. That's how VW Beetles are made.
Yeah.
A guy or a person who loves a monster truck very much.
The mommy tree loves the daddy tree.
No, the mommy truck loves the daddy.
But they're trying to get, obviously, Doug Liman and then Tom Cruise and Emily Blunt back to do it.
Right.
That'd be cool.
Yeah, I loved Edge of Tomorrow.
I can't believe it came out in 2014. I didn't think it was that long ago.
Here you go, 5 years.
Wild. Will Smith has exited the Suicide Squad sequel, tentatively called The Suicide Squad.
Suicide Squad 2, Electric without Will Smith Baloo.
No, it's the first one was called Suicide Squad, and then the second one's called The Suicide Squad.
Yeah, because it's basically unrelated. Yeah. Yeah, well, that makes sense because the rumor was that she wasn't going to be in it either. Margot Robbie.
Yeah.
So now Will Smith's not in it.
Yeah.
That's okay.
I know. Yeah. It's like
he's like a big name, and like I'm sure some people go to see Will Smith, but I'm sure that like.
But Margot Robbie was arguably the best part of that movie.
I don't know, but the Captain Boomerang was the best part of that movie.
What?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Are you kidding me?
I didn't realize you felt this strongly. No. Captain Boomerang.
Yeah, he ruled. He was so cool. He was also Australian, and I'm just glad that he had an Australian accent. He's not that much of a B character.
Yeah, he is.
That entire team is C characters.
Oh my God.
How dare you talk about Captain Boomerang like that?
Yeah. Anyway, that's set for August 6th, 2021 release.
Yeah. Well, I guess it's only 2 years away.
2 years away, yeah. Wild. Mahershala Ali is set to star in a sci-fi movie called Sovereign. Produced by Sean Levy, Dan Levine, and Dan Cohen, the trio responsible for producing Stranger Things and Arrival.
Oh, yeah. Oh, that's cool.
And the screenplay is being written by A Quiet Place writers Scott Beck and Brian Woods, with the original draft of the script written by Greg Weidman and Jeff Tuck. I looked them up. They've got a bunch of writing credits for Zoo, which is the one where
Matt Damon buys a zoo?
Isn't that one called We Bought a Zoo?
Maybe. That would make a lot of sense.
Yeah. But they did the show Limitless. Yeah, I was waiting for you, but then okay, you're passing on it. The
show where everybody's limitless.
There's no like info on what the movie's about. They're like trying to be quiet about it, but the fact that like all the three of those guys are in it. Mahershala Ali is on, which means he's like
he's on.
Like that means the script's really good.
Yeah.
And then the two guys that did The Quiet Place.
Well, I mean, he did Alita Battle Angel, so.
Fuck, I keep forgetting. You said that last week, and I forgot that he was in it.
Yeah.
I keep removing it from.
I don't know. But he is like a 2-time Oscar winner now. So.
Yeah.
So fair enough. Mahershala Ali.
I saw the picture for this article that I got this from. Use the picture of his last Oscar, not the most recent one.
The one where he's wearing a beanie.
That's the most recent one, yeah. But like the other one where he's like wearing a full suit.
Oh, where he's not wearing a beanie.
And glasses, yeah. And it's like, why don't we just use the most, like he just won an Oscar.
Yeah, I don't know.
Weird.
Wild.
Speaking of sci-fi films, Colin Farrell is set to star in an A24 sci-fi film titled After Yang, directed by Kokonada, director of Columbus. Coconut.
You put the lime in the coconut.
How dare you? It's South Korean, Andrew.
Oh, it's a funny joke.
It's based on the short story Saying Goodbye to Yang, and it's about After Yang follows a father and a daughter as they try and save the life of their robotic family member.
Oh.
Sounds awesome.
Sounds like the Jetsons, but...
What?
What's the robot maid's name? Rosie?
Rosie, yeah.
Yeah, it's just the Jetsons. This movie is Jetsons. It's live action Jetsons. What? Why did you say this?
After Jetsons.
After Jetsons?
Yeah, because it's called After Gang.
Edge of Tomorrow, After Jetsons.
Oh, God.
Live, die after Jetsons.
After Jetsons, After Jetsons.
Yeah.
Did you see that one? There's like a theory that the Jetsons and the Flintstones happen at the same time.
Yeah, but the Flintstones take place at the same time, but
like
it's
at
like
the
an
bottom.
apocalyptic world or something like that. Yeah.
But like, if you ever seen the Jetsons, they go to like cities
They
that
go
are
to
at the bottom.
some cities, though.
Yeah. Like I specifically
There's like, I remember like tube cities.
Yeah, right. Yeah, that'll be cool though. A24 and Colin Farrell doing a sci-fi movie.
He's
That's
done
awesome.
a lot of these like indie style movies too.
Yeah. Midsummer, speaking of A24, has gotten its first trailer. So that's the new project from Hereditary director Ari Aster.
Like you turned to me like that was just an hilarious mix-up. Hereditary. Oh, Andrew. It was. I was like, like you're pretty close. You read it fast. That's what it looks like.
Yeah. I don't know. I just screw up a lot.
Well, we try not to.
No, okay. But it follows a couple who travel to Sweden to visit their friend's rural hometown for its fabled Midsummer Festival. What begins as an idyllic retreat quickly devolves into an increasingly violent and bizarre competition at the hands of a pagan cult.
I got the cult thing from that trailer, but I didn't really get a lot of the other that.
Because it didn't seem that violent. I mean,
well, they kind of like flash. There's like a quick still, but like
it's a really
I didn't
cool,
pause it. I was like, man, this is go keep.
I think it's a really cool trailer, and I put it in here because neither of us watched Hereditary. And I probably am not going to watch this.
Yeah.
Because I don't want to watch
this is no longer a movie podcast. This is just a trailer podcast.
But the trailer is really cool. I thought it was like a really interesting trailer.
Mm-hmm.
And then there's like, I
don't recognize like anybody in this too.
Except for like Jack Rayner.
Oh, and then
what's his face? The other guy.
the dude Chile from
The
Good Place.
Yeah.
Wait, Jack Trainer?
Jack Trainer's apparently in it.
Oh.
Jack Rayner. Oh, sorry, not Jack Trainer.
The dude from
Jack Rayner. I'm trying to think of what movie he's in.
He's in the dude from what's it called? No, I'm just I got you though. No, that Netflix show that just came out where it's like choose your own adventure.
Oh yeah, that guy.
Yeah.
He's
Will something.
They just show him briefly.
Yeah, Will. What's his
his noodle? What's his noodle? His penis.
As
you like that one, didn't you, Andrew?
No, I laughed just the same as the other ones. You're laughing. Yeah. You're like dicks, Andrew. Hey, you enjoy that one.
And then we watched trailer Aniara.
Yeah, that one looked cool.
Just kind of randomly.
It really threw me off that this was like not. This is like Swedish.
Yeah.
This really threw me off because like initially I was like, oh, she's just like she's speaking Swedish, but like it's like a PSA type thing.
Yeah.
Because she says like an English word at some point. Well, and then I was like, oh shit, okay, so it's not English at all.
Yeah.
But it looks really cool.
This movie's apparently already out.
Oh.
But I think it's like a Sundance thing.
Right.
So it's been shown and reviews have come out about it, but it hasn't officially been released. The reviews weren't great so far.
Right.
They were like 50%, and he's putting on sunglasses.
I found my sunglasses. Wow, it's dark in your already dark apartment. It's my tooth.
Hit the mic twice.
Hit my tooth, but thanks for caring. But yeah, this looks... I like it. I think
it looks interesting.
Cool.
Yeah. It's about a spaceship carrying settlers to Mars, and then it's knocked off course, causing the consumption-obsessed passengers to consider their place in the universe.
It like some of the like one pod gets knocked off course. Like the rest of the ship is like fine.
It seemed like that, yeah. But I thought like the tone of the trailer was kind of interesting.
Yeah,
I don't know. It kind of looked cool. Like I looked at some of the reviews already, and it has like 50% or something on Rotten Tomatoes.
Oh,
but I don't know. Looking at this, I quite liked it. So But yeah, we'll see. Maybe it'll come here and we can watch it.
Doubtful.
Yeah, sorry, moving on. My thing crashed.
You forgot how to read.
Arnold Schwarzenegger.
Oh my god, all I can see is a bright screen.
Arnold Schwarzenegger has been talking in Old Man Conan film.
I saw this news article.
What did you think of that?
I don't know. Like, this is just, I love that it's called Old Man Conan.
Yeah,
like, he definitely had literally just seen Old Man Logan.
Like, he's like sitting.
He's like, I'm older than him.
Yeah, I can do this movie.
Yeah. I mean, like, I'm into it.
Yeah, me too.
He's in like great shape. He's just like really old.
The one picture that I keep using is from the first movie, but it's like him sitting on the throne with a beard.
Yeah.
And it looks cool.
Yeah.
And he said like that would be what the premise of the movie is. It's just
I doubt he would be doing
throne, like getting ready, and like years have gone by, and then someone bigger comes and take his place or something.
The Mountain.
Yeah.
Oh, that'd be sweet.
That would be cool.
Yeah.
But apparently they have to first regain the rights of the franchise.
Yeah, I saw that. I didn't realize.
Because
who has it?
Some random guy,
Sick.
some young guy, bought the movie, hoping to make it his like first kind of Hollywood
Who has that type of money?
project. I have no idea.
Oh.
But apparently he's failed twice already.
Oh,
So
I didn't
he,
realize that he's like, okay.
Yeah, he like tried to get it. That's what this one article said. They interviewed one of the producers that's working with Arnold, and he said that he tried to get it made into a TV show, and it didn't work. And then he tried to get Netflix to buy it, and then they didn't like his idea and said no. So now they're going like, oh, he has no options left. We're going to try and convince him to make a movie and then hire a really great director, have Arnold in it.
They shouldn't have said anything to the
I know.
public.
I was like,
yeah.
them saying this
Just going to make them
fucks
ask for
everything.
so much more money.
Yeah. Like, that's probably the problem already, is that this kid's, like, asking for way too much money than it's worth. So, anyway. Besides that, I think that would be a cool idea.
Yeah.
I think it would be sweet. Old Man Conan, that's sick.
Yeah.
Even though the first movie's not that great.
I haven't seen it in so
Conan
long.
the Destroyer, I think it's called. I saw it because it was on TV. And it's, like, very B-movie.
Yeah. Like the era.
But it was, like, fun. I don't know.
Yeah.
It's hard to describe. It was like crappy, but it's good. Anyway.
Yeah, I'm into it though.
Detective Pikachu has been given a second trailer.
Hell yeah. Mew fucking too. Also, that Mr. Mime bit fucking killed. That was so funny.
Stand in front of him. I should work out.
Just also about I don't know like a lot of the other Pokemon in this, but like the one that was definitely drunk.
Yeah, right.
Like, this is wow, man. Machamp, my boy, directing traffic, doing what he does.
Doing what he does.
Yeah. I just like to think that Machamp is like Mike Tyson. Like he's just gone into like he's a recluse.
Yeah.
After just beating the shit out of people, hanging out with Brock.
He lived a hard life, and now he's just
and he's
has
just
a menial
like,
job.
Please come. Okay, stay. Machamp. But yeah, this looks sick. I still like, I don't know. I was like into the first one because it looked terrible. Well, not looked terrible. I just didn't think this was going to be good.
Yeah.
But this looks great. This looks so sick.
I think you and I were both on the same page where the first trailer made it look like, oh, what the fuck? Like, this is kind of hard to get used to. Second trailer, I was like, oh, this looks really fun.
I don't know if it was that. I think it was just that, like, I didn't know anything about it, and I think I was just into it because A, it was Pokemon, and B, it could have been, like, it could have been really bad or it could have been really good. So I was, like, on board either way.
I am hoping that, like, I mean, I went from not wanting to see this or even caring about it to now I'm like, oh, I actually think I might see this in theaters.
Yeah.
But the Ryan Reynolds thing, I feel like it's so on the edge of working because it could be just Deadpool again.
Yeah, and there's parts of it where it seems like that.
Yeah.
But then there's parts where it does sound like he's reeled in a little bit.
Yes. And like he seems like a lot more normal.
Yeah.
And just sort of like doing
Well, he has to. I think
stuff,
like part of the Deadpool thing is that like he's allowed to sort of be a little off the leash because that's A, the character, but also like it kind of just fits with the plot. Like the plot moves on without him.
Yeah.
And like this, he drives the plot.
Yeah.
So like he needs to sort of be on board.
He needs to be smart to figure out clues to like continue on.
Yeah.
That being said, I mean like this movie looks like from a stylistic / like CGI point of view, it looks awesome. It looks cool.
Yeah.
It's cool to see like the Pokemon and
Like
such
Charizard.
a weird random
U2 looks
real life
sick.
thing. Yeah.
Yeah. Big reveal though.
Yeah. They show him and he's like explodes into like the city.
What?
Spews everywhere.
You going? You can't. I feel like you just can't. Like you're just looking at me like you're expecting me to like give you a hint on what to say. No, you got yourself in this, Patrick. You got to get yourself out. He did none of that. He just like appeared. It was like a dust cloud, and then it was him.
It was cool though.
Yep.
Anyway.
Fuck. Okay.
I'm off my game today.
I'm
tired, man.
every time you like, I can see you getting on like a riff. You just like look at me like I'm off. This is it, and then it goes nowhere.
Yeah. Anyway, that's set to release May 10th, 2019.
Oh wow. Okay.
Yeah, coming up
soon. Because it's March.
Josh Brolin and Peter Dinklage have been announced to star in a
Twins 2
film called Brothers.
That's close.
Comedy written by Ethan Cohen.
Cohen.
Writer of what? Sorry,
you said Ethan Cohen.
Yeah.
Ethan Cohen.
No.
Ethan Cohen.
No.
Ethan Cohen.
ETAN.
Eaton like ET apostrophe N.
No.
Like
ETAN.
like chicken. Or
when I first saw it, I was like, oh, they spelled Ethan wrong.
oh.
And then I looked it up, and it's not.
What?
Yeah, Ethan Cohen. I think that's how you say his name. He is the writer of Tropic Thunder. And
it's not Ethan Cohen.
No, Andrew. It's E.
I can't tell if you're
okay.
can't tell if you're screwing.
ETAN is how you
think
saw it.
Josh Brolin knows that it's not Ethan Cohen? Is this like a Bill Murray thing where he also thought it was the Coen brothers, but he wrote Garfield? And he just was like into it because he thought it was Ethan Cohen.
So I didn't know that was a thing.
Yeah.
This is what he looks like. Here, I'm showing you a picture.
Patrick, that's a penis. Disgusting. Wow, I can't believe that's a thing.
Yeah.
Wait, is he the one that wrote Garfield?
No, he wrote Tropic Thunder, Madagascar, Escaped to Africa, and Men in Black 3, and Holmes and Watson.
Oh.
And Get Hard.
So, like, not... Well, he's
Some
like...
shit movie.
That's like a 50-50, like... Eh.
Well, Holmes and Watson.
Well, he would have known... I guess...
apparently.
I'm just trying to find the connection. I guess Josh Brolin would have known him from...
Weird. I don't know.
Men in Black 3.
Yeah, I guess so.
What was that movie Peter Dinklage was in that's coming out, and it's him, and he's supposed to be like the last person on Earth?
Oh, yeah, right.
I don't remember what it was.
I don't remember what that one was.
We talked about it on here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, I don't remember. Anyways.
Yeah.
If there was a way to look it up
what
on
is
thing
that
in front of you
movie?
that's really accessible
Are you
right
listening
now.
to me?
No, I'm trying to get you to look it up. It's right there. Yeah, thank you.
All right.
What were you going to say?
What was that movie with...
That's right. I'm going to ask you to do something, and I'm going to get you to talk. You can't do two things at once, you fuck.
I put Pink Dinklage.
Oh. Oh, that might be something way different.
I don't know why I was writing that. I almost wrote Dink Dinklage, too.
Because this is exactly what I was saying. You can't do two things at once. And you just proved it to me. Shouldn't have said anything.
Is there a way to look at his filmography?
Anyways.
It's called I Think We're Alone Now.
Yeah, you just said that. Oh, I see.
This is the starting point.
This is where we didn't definitely just edit all that stuff out.
Me looking at IMDb.
Why are you glaring at me? I was like, what the fuck?
But what was that movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger and
Twins?
Was it Twins?
Twins, yeah.
Okay.
That's
you
what.
said that
that's what that reference was.
Because that's what people are calling it. They said that it's
Twins
going to
2?
be similar to that.
That
yeah.
wasn't an original joke.
But Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger are like, Danny DeVito's short, but he's not.
He's real wide.
Yeah, he's real wide. But then like, Josh Brolin's not Arnold Schwarzenegger size.
No, so this obviously is not Twins 2. It's not. You don't need to. Do you need somebody to explain that to you?
And are you crying?
What? Where is this? You are off your game. I have no idea what this is.
I thought you were crying
Just
because you're upset.
continue.
Anyway.
What?
Hellboy and Shaft have both officially received R ratings.
Yeah, sick.
That's cool.
Shaft, unnecessary, but whatever. Hellboy, hell yeah.
Yeah.
Get
the
it?
trailer. So they just did like a Red Band trailer.
Yeah.
And it looks
It
really
does
cool.
reveal a lot.
It does reveal a lot.
reveal
So
a
don't
lot,
watch
but
it if
like-
you're sort of looking for something,
But
some surprises, I guess. But
it does look cool. There's a lot more gore
yeah,
that we were sort of like promised in all this like early talk and stuff. But like, yeah, this looks great. This is so like I'm way back on board. Like not that I was off board, but that's a
Springboard.
thing. I've reboarded. I'm into it. I'm at the bar. I'm getting drinks. I'm getting ready to snuggle in. I'm trying to relive when I was on a cruise ship. Some of the things I did. I found the tequila. I'm going to the trivia night. I'm not winning anything because all the questions are about NASCAR. But I'm having fun.
Making friends.
No.
Oh,
You don't make friends on a cruise ship.
God, you're just shutting me down today. That's why I'm
Well,
on my game.
maybe.
You're just hard to please. You're
I
an
just
ass.
have a certain level of
professionalism.
professionalism, and you're just not meeting it today, Patrick. I might just do this podcast on my own. I'm gonna do no research. I'm just gonna show up at your place still, and still record. Yeah, this is Andrew from Twin Speaks, or at Animonium. Also follow my dog at Sad Murphy.
Yeah, one last thing. Aquaman 2 set for December 2020.
Yeah, that's so far away.
Yeah.
That's crazy. But I guess they're doing the trench.
And they're doing, yeah, and that's the one that comes out next year that they're trying to push for. That's supposed to have like a horror tint to it or something that they're
Are
talking
they?
about. I don't
Oh.
know. That was like the one thing. It was like 2 new writers, and they're like, oh, it's going to be scary.
The trench?
Yeah.
Oh.
But I don't know. It's weird that
That's
is
gotta
coming
have him
so
in it, though,
soon,
right?
and then the sequel's coming.
Well,
so
that
late.
no, I guess it makes sense because that one's gonna have like him in it, so you're gonna get like sort of like a dose of
Yeah.
Aquaman.
But what's funny is like this announcement comes after the Warner Brothers like announced that they are sort of reeling back on the DC expanded universe.
Yeah, they said that they're not doing the joint thing anymore.
Yeah.
They're doing like they are and they aren't.
They're doing like
They're doing like individual stories
Yeah. which
that like may eventually come back
Yeah.
together, but like
you and I don't know if you remember this, like a little while ago. That's the one thing that we were like complaining about, and that's what we wanted was them just to focus on sort of like individual. I think it was when the Shazam trailer came out, and we were like, "Oh, this would be great if that's what they focused on was just individual projects and just individual movies." Telling stories about like specific characters, not sort of like jumbling them all together.
Yeah.
But yeah, so
I think that's a better way to go until you get sort of your footing again, especially with like the Suicide Squad coming out. Like that could be a good sort of something different, like what Guardians of the Galaxy did for Marvel movies too. Like something different, something to like really set itself apart by copying something else. I just realized as I was saying that.
nice.
Whatever.
Yeah, that's it for news. Do you have anything else you wanted to talk about?
No.
Okay, Paddleton.
Paddleton.
So Paddleton is a movie directed by Alex Lehman, also written by Alex Lehman and Mark Duplass, starring Ray Romano and Mark Duplass.
Yeah.
So the movie is about...
It was kind of weird. Like, I wasn't expecting Ray Romano's voice from Paddington Bear. Like, it was kind of jarring at first. And you go into this thinking, like, well, he looks so, like, joyful and out there. And then it's just Ray Romano going, Deborah!
I almost made it without laughing.
I know. Anyways. No, it's not.
Yeah, the movie is about an unlikely friendship between two misfit neighbors. Becomes an unexpectedly emotional journey when the younger man is diagnosed with terminal cancer.
Yeah, so it's Ray Romano and Mark Duplass, and they're
Play best
neighbors,
friends.
and they're best friends, and they just like always watch kung fu movies together, eat pizza,
Eat pizzas.
or soup, or
hang
whatever
out
it
together.
is, hang out.
Yeah, they play Paddleton, which is like a game they made up.
where
Which seems like they just love games.
Yeah, because they do like
puzzles together,
and, or they like quiz each other about stuff.
Yeah. Trivia Pursuit and stuff they talk about.
But then like Paddleton was so funny in the like little like thing during the credits where they're playing it. Ray Romano's reactions to everything. I was like, he just plays himself in this movie.
Yeah.
And it's great. I love Ray Romano.
I know.
He has a stand-up special. Like he like kind of scrolling over it because like. He's just such like a G-rated comic too, and I was kind of like, this seems nice.
But he just seems so like, I don't know. There's something very personal about his
familiar.
About his acting ability too. It's like it just seems like he's being very like honest.
I'm also like such a big fan of like the fact that he has gone like the opposite of like Kevin. What's his face? Kevin James.
Kevin James. Yeah.
Like, they both had, like, big hits in the 90s in their TV shows. And
they were both on the same show at one point.
Kevin... What?
Yeah, I remember that crossover one. No. I'm not making that up. That's an actual episode where Ray Romano's on King of Queens.
Oh, I didn't know that.
And he plays, like, Ray. Yeah.
That's weird.
Yeah.
Makes sense, I guess. Like...
It was like a thing where they tried to force them to be friends, and then they couldn't. They were like friends, but not really friends.
I do remember that. Yeah. They were trying to... okay. But like he went on to like be in. He's been like Parenthood.
Yeah.
Parenthood now. He's done other stuff. Like
Big
he's
Sick.
done. Yeah, like he's done movies.
Awesome
Sick, and like Kevin James is just hanging out with Adam Sandler.
Yeah,
and making mall cop movies.
What's his face?
Which like have their own thing, but like like I thought it was just great. I love Mark Duplass too. Like I'll watch anything that he's in.
Yeah, like we were.
I
want to
like rewatch. I want to like start watching The League too.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I was watching or listening to a podcast with Jason Mantzoukas.
Yeah.
Mantzoukas. Yeah. And he talked about how like almost the entirety of The League was improvised.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Like they were talking about him. He has made a career of being like a co-star on or like a guest star on shows.
Yeah.
And like usually stealing a thing. And he said like a lot of time the direction that he gets is just to do something weird. They're like, just they're gonna do their thing, and you're just gonna like, well, whatever you can give me.
Yeah. Paul Scheer was in that too, wasn't he?
Yeah, Paul Scheer.
Right. Mark Duplass.
Yeah.
That other guy, the one that was in like
the other guy.
He was in The Office.
What?
He played what was Michael's? Forget it. Doesn't matter. What was Michael's? The one that he married in the end. Holly. What was Holly's boyfriend's name?
Oh, no, he wasn't in that, was he?
Yeah, he's in... Wasn't he in The League?
I don't think so.
Okay, maybe I'm mixing up someone. Doesn't matter. This is so uninteresting.
Whatever. But yeah, like, I thought he was great in it. Mark Duplass is great, but, like, it follows them hanging out. He gets diagnosed with cancer because it opens up with that.
Yeah, which I thought was such a great... It's like the one... You know, like, where there's, like, too much exposition and... It's just like half the movie's exposition, and you're like, okay, get on with it. And then they tell you, and then the rest of the movie's like kind of just loses steam.
Yeah, but
I love that about this beginning part.
Yeah,
it was like everything all at once. And then, but even like you talking about improv, a lot of this movie, the dialogue felt very improv.
But I don't think it was. I don't think it was.
How it was delivered.
I think that's all. I think that's exactly what it was because like, so I don't think, like, I know what Mark Duplass is like and like what he sounds like and like stuff, and I think that's just them acting. I thought it was great. Like I think that it fit really well, and maybe that the lines were like dialogue was written for them specifically, so they sort of like nail it. But yeah, like I don't think it was as improv as it feels
because it just
maybe some of it, but like I don't know. Like I think
it feels like a very earnest conversation between two people that just love each other or like hanging out with each other, like. The way that Ray Romano kind of just stumbles over his words all the time.
Yeah.
It's just like, it just fits
really
the character so well.
And weird and
And he's like trying to explain himself and he's kind of doing a shitty job or he's like the funny jokes that they come up with like or the like when they're in the car because they have to drive from after he sort of gets like the news that cancer's like not getting better. It's incurable. They have to drive 6 hours.
To get this medication to... euthanize himself to commit suicide
like the trip there is so funny because like they're just
They're just like
and I
doing
think that was
normal like.
It's very like ambiguous about what year it is until the end. Until the very end when you see that lady's car. And you're like, oh, this is like current day.
Yeah, that's why I thought the thing with the cell phone was funny.
Because only one of them has a cell phone and it's a flip phone.
Yeah, he talks about DVDs too.
Like, yeah. Or VHS, he talks about like.
But nobody like at the same time he says DVDs.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, well this isn't like 1995 or something.
Because they both dress like dads from the 90s.
Yeah, they do.
They both have a lot of cargo shorts.
But I love that bit about Sandoff or PJ's on. I thought that was such a. I was like. This guy's going to love PJs. And he started talking about PJs. I'm like, here it comes. He goes, PJ's on. I was like, there it is. He just loves PJs so much. He doesn't want to spend time putting them on. PJ's on. Sandoff. That's genius, though.
Yeah,
like, I don't know if I would get 1,200 wishes in before I'd go Sandoff. I think that's top 20 for me.
Well, even he's like 12.
I don't love the beach. And I identified way too much with Ray Romano's character.
I know. That's so obvious.
When he's going, who ate my cashews? I was like, that fucking guy did. He ate your cashews. What are you talking about, Ray?
Comes back from the bathroom. Where am I going to sit? You can have my spot. Okay.
And then he's like, no. My friend Dave is here. But yeah, like the stand-up, I was like, that. I would do that top 20 for sure. That would be my top 20.
Because he goes like flying.
Yep.
Invisible.
Yep.
And then like something about money.
No cancer.
No cancer.
Yeah, no cancer
like,
first. Send off. He got 5. He said top 10 at first. Too. Yeah. But yeah, that's funny when they go to the ostrich farm. He talks about the fastest land animal and he goes, no, it's cheetahs because they can run 60, 65 miles per hour. And he goes, well, it's 40.
Per leg.
And like Mark Duplass kind of goes, oh yeah, maybe.
Well, it's so funny because he's like, they're just standing there and goes, fastest land animal. And then Mark Duplass is like,
yeah, I watched this by myself and I went, cheetahs? I was like, maybe they're not. Like he had just such dedication to it being
just enough
ostriches.
Confidence where you weren't going to
and I was like, maybe it is. I don't think so.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's funny.
But this movie was really funny when it was funny, called for.
You know what? I think it's funny, but it felt so much, and this was like so intentionally done. Funny at like it purposely was avoiding the problem. You know, like it was purposely like skirting the elephant in the room. Like it knew that this character was going to die. Yeah, the whole movie's built around that. Yeah. But they try and sculpt or try and find some of this like humor around that and by like really pretending like everything's fine. Mm-hmm. And like so much of that movie is just you as the audience going, it's fine. Everything's fine. Like they're having fun. Yeah. They're just doing stuff. And then he would cough or throw up and you'd be like, oh, fuck, it's coming. And then they'd be fine. They'd joke around again and then they'd be okay. And then and I think that's what this movie really, really did well.
It kind of... you don't assume because you're given the information immediately that the stakes are going to be that high because you're like, oh, he's been given cancer. He's going to die.
It takes 20 minutes though. I looked. Yeah. Yeah.
But the stakes are high because like they have to travel to go and get this medication and he's still like super sick and he's like talking.
He's taking painkillers.
He's taking painkillers because it's like, it's just so painful to live with it in his stomach. And then there's like points where he's deciding when he wants to take it and he wants to be sort of aware. He doesn't want to be in his lowest point. And the stakes are high through the entire movie. It does a good job of sort of like moving itself forward when I felt that too. Paper, it shouldn't.
I didn't feel like this lulled at all. Like I think that, and I think it didn't because of the stakes. Like I think because you feel like something's coming, something bad is going to happen, but you know what it is, and it's not necessarily even going to be like that awful. Yeah. But you just know it's there. And I think it always just kind of had like, you were just like constantly connecting the dot to it. Like you were just going like, oh, it's the next one, or it's the next one. So I think that's, it relied on that a lot. There are spots where you can kind of see that maybe if this wasn't something you knew about, then maybe it would sort of like slow down a little bit.
Sure, yeah.
But yeah, I think it does cook along at enough of a pace. Yeah, like enough, like where you're not sort of like feeling rushed. Like it's a short movie too.
Yeah, I think it's only
an hour and a half.
Hour 20 minutes or something altogether. Yeah. But Yeah, I mean, it doesn't kind of go at a pace where you're like, oh, this is moving too fast for like what the content of the movie calls for.
Right.
Because it's just like two guys who already live slow lives.
Yeah.
Like are sort of given something that like is life changing.
Yeah.
So you kind of, it's like at a very reasonable, very realistic.
Yeah.
I think that's the one thing. It's like the movie's just very realistic. It's like you're just kind of watching two actual people dealing with something like that, but then they just sort of are like characters.
There's that scene where he comes back to the hotel room after like having kind of that thing with the woman in the hotel, and he thinks that Mark Duplass' character is dead, and he's kind of like, he's like flicking the light on, he's looking at him, and then he kind of like pokes him a little bit, and then he just like screams at one point.
Why'd you wake me up, man? I thought you were dead.
and he goes back to bed, and he goes, okay, night. He turns off the light, and it comes back on, and he goes, ooh, night. And then it comes back on, he goes, ooh, night. And then it comes off. But just like that dumb bit, yeah.
Right before that, he goes, so how'd it go with like the manager? And he goes, yeah. And he goes, like, oh. And he goes, no. It was like very Ray Romano.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think this movie had a lot of cool scenes. Like, I think all the bits where they were outside playing sort of Paddleton, it was kind of neat to see like, oh, it's just like an old movie theater or it's like an old drive-in or something.
Yeah.
And they're playing it against, and it's like a very rural place, like looks pretty run down, but it was just like how it was framed was very cool.
Yeah.
And then like little bits where they're watching TV or making the pizzas and stuff, I thought were cool.
It's so funny when they like burns the pizza. It's like,
I can't read this.
Shit. It's all gonna shit. Oh, your fucking element's acting out. Like just like little stuff like that. I was like, this is very Romano.
And he's just like scraping it off.
Yeah, but then he just like eats it.
Yeah. I like this movie a lot.
Yeah, I did too. Like, despite it sort of like hitting that low point where, not even low point, but just like when it does happen and he does like lay down, and he kind of has that moment, and it kind of like it hits you just as much as it hits him.
Yeah,
that it's happening. You're sort of that fucking sucked, and then it happens, and then he continues with his life, and he like meets the neighbors downstairs, and you're kind of like, okay, like this is. Things are gonna be okay. Yeah, things are gonna be okay. Like he kind of says at one point, like when he's talking to Mark Duplass' character.
But like the climax of the movie, like we were just talking about, where they're sort of like getting it all ready, and they have to like dump all these pills into a glass.
And they're kind of having their like sharing moment.
Yeah, they're just sort of like talking about like last things, and he's like wearing a sweater that Ray Romano's character gave to him. And it's like a hangman thing, but there's like only two letters. And it looks like it says fatty pork. And then he goes, no, it doesn't mean anything. There's nothing on it. Like
but then he had nothing. Like such a sweet reason for it. Sweet reason, really, but also nice. I fucking hated that. I was like, are you fucking kidding me? It doesn't mean anything. I hated that. And he was kind of like, I loved that he was kind of like, okay, like I get your reasoning, but fuck you.
Yeah.
But yeah,
like, you always look a little sad. You know what I'm talking about. He's like, you always just look a little sad when you finish a puzzle.
Yeah, he's like, no, I'm not. He's like, you can't see your face. This is great. I really like this. This is like 2 for 2 for Netflix movies right now too.
Totally.
Would recommend, but not. Maybe when when you're feeling pretty good, you want to bring yourself down a little bit, and you're like, things are going a little too well. I better like come down to earth and like really mellow myself or depress myself severely.
Yeah, this is a movie where you know what you're getting into before you watch it. You know,
I didn't
be sad.
I didn't know that. I didn't watch the trailer for this at all. I went into it cold, and it wasn't until I texted you being like, I like this, and you're like, it gets bad or it gets sad, and I was like, what? How? But
it's just like the ending is just, they do such a great job of all that pressure is sort of like built up, and then
I saw like some
just sort
reviews,
of happens, and you're like, fuck, that was like way sadder than I was expecting.
I saw some reviews about like how they were complaining about they're complaining about how the death was handled. And then some of the comments were like, no, I actually think that that's a plus because they're both really awkward. They were both like super awkward people that like that was handled how they would handle it.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think I'd give this honestly probably the same as the other one, the Netflix movie. 6.5.
Yeah.
7. Because like this is really good. As much as it kind of bummed me out, like you sort of like now, like after we're talking about, it especially, you kind of go like, it was good. It was funny. It reminded me a lot of 50-50.
Yes.
Joseph Gordon-Levitt and Seth Rogen.
Yeah.
And like really similar concept, but like kind of the same thing where it's like funny but sad at the same time.
The only thing is 50-50, and I do like that comparison. 50-50 was a bit more like
I'm gonna
sort of
beat
had a little
this.
bit more going on.
It was also
like,
talking about like
yeah, you're right. He was gonna beat it, but he had sort of like other webs where there was like, you know, relationship with that guy that he met that died, and then, you know, and then the guy's wife, and then his girlfriend, Seth Rogen, like the Anna Kendrick character, like there was sort of like
there was more other
going
stuff,
on.
but this one was more like
This one
just
was
the
like
two of
very
them.
self-contained.
Yeah.
It was like the two guys. It was their journey, and so they just meet like a couple characters,
but not much, not enough to like make
sort of enough for you to care about them at all, which I think was to its benefit.
Yeah, totally.
Because like there's even the scene like when they're just about to leave the hotel, and he's like chasing them around the hotel lobby, and like you can see the receptionist or like the clerk like watching them, and she's just kind of like chuckling to herself.
But yeah. And then when they were yelling at each other,
and it was like, oh, that's funny. Like, but yeah, I think this movie is really well written. I think it was like really well paced. It was just a really good movie, and I really liked it. I think I would probably do the same, like 6.5 out of 7.
Yeah,
it was awesome. I really liked it. It was sad. It does have that sort of emotional.
It is more of a gut punch, I think, to it. Yeah.
Because after
or a crotch kick, or an ear punch. Any punch, really. You get punched anywhere, it's gonna hurt as much as this movie did.
Yeah.
Except the eye. Ouch.
Yeah. I think we both really liked it. It was really good.
Yeah.
Is there anything else?
Nope. I'm hungry.
You're hungry. Okay, that was
gotta go. No.
Twin Speaks, first watch, first listen of Paddleton, starring Ray Romano and Mark Duplass. Directed by Alex Lehman. Oh, I just accidentally played something. It was like a video. I thought I turned the sound off. Directed by Alex Lehman and written by Alex Lehman and Mark Duplass. You can follow us on Twitter Instagram at Twin Speaks Pod. Trying to be a little bit more active on there. I'm on Twitter at KidCombo_. Andrew, you're on social media at Anamonium.
Anamonium.
Catch you next week. Bye.
Bye.